Hello, and welcome to the Midnight Forum. Here we share tales, either chilling or thrilling. Some are just that, stories formed in the minds of others for entertainment, or embellished so that the initial truth is fully obscured. Have you ever heard of the hollow earth theory? It's the theory that the earth is either entirely or mostly hollow, with openings at the poles. Proponents of this theory suggest that the Earth's inner surface may be inhabited by advanced civilizations, and that the theory would explain various phenomena such as unexplained disappearances of ships and planes in the polar regions, as well as the existence of anomalous magnetic fields. While the scientific community has widely rejected this theory as pseudoscience, it has persisted as a popular conspiracy theory. I have here a very interesting journal, written by a scientist named John Kepler. He wrote at length about the hollow earth theory, and was hell-bent on proving it true. I found some of his papers, but most of them seem to be lost to time. This journal was preceded by a request for aid, stating that an Inuit man had provided the location of a deep cave somewhere far north into the Arctic tundra. The journal describes his expeditions, and it's quite a read. So join me in reading this tale, and remember, some are more true than you may think. Journal of Dr. John Kepler. Day 1. We set out today on a journey to explore the Arctic and search for evidence of the hollow earth theory. Our team is made up of myself, my partner, Dr. Smith, and a few other experienced explorers. We've been planning this trip for months, and we're all excited to finally be on our way. As we journey deeper into the Arctic, the landscape becomes increasingly desolate and inhospitable. But despite the harsh conditions, we press on, driven by our curiosity and the possibility of making a groundbreaking discovery. As night falls, we set up camp and huddle around the fire, discussing our plans for tomorrow. We're all eager to find the hole that's supposed to lead down into the earth, and I can't wait to see what lies beneath the ice. But as the night goes on, I can't shake the feeling that something is watching us. I try to brush it off as just my imagination, but the hairs on the back of my neck stand up nonetheless. I'm sure it's just the cold playing tricks on my mind and not something more sinister. I hope tomorrow brings better luck and less ominous feelings. Day 2. Today we continued our journey deeper into the Arctic. But as we trekked further into the frozen wilderness, strange things started to happen. I couldn't shake off the feeling we were being watched, and started experiencing hallucinations, seeing shadows in the corner of my eyes, hearing strange noises in the night. Dr. Smith suggested that the hallucinations may be caused by the cold and lack of sunlight, but I couldn't help but feel there was something more to it. As we made camp for the night, the uneasiness among the team was palpable. We couldn't shake the feeling we were being watched, and we started questioning whether we should continue with our journey or turn back. But despite our fears, we decided to press on. Our work was too important. Update. I just woke up from a most vivid dream. I saw the entrance we've been searching for. Somehow, I'm sure that I can lead us directly to it. I can't share this with the team. They'll think I'm crazy. But we're setting off in the morning anyway. I should probably just dismiss the dream, but I'm not so sure I can. I guess I'll find out in the morning. Day 3. We set out early this morning, our hearts racing with excitement and anticipation. My dream from last night had given me a renewed sense of purpose, and we were determined to find the entrance to the underground chamber. As we walked, the cold became more intense and the wind started to pick up, making the journey even more challenging. But we pushed on, our spirits high. As we reached the spot where I saw the entrance in my dream, we found a large crevice in the ice. It was the entrance we'd been looking for. We quickly set up camp and prepared to descend into the earth. Tomorrow we'll find out exactly what's down there. Day 4. Today was the day we had been waiting for. We had finally found the entrance to the underground chamber. It was a large hole in the ice leading deep into the earth. We knew that this was our chance to explore the unknown and discover the secrets of the hollow earth. We set up ropes and pulleys to lower ourselves down into the hole. As we descended, the air grew colder and the darkness grew deeper. We could feel the weight of the earth pressing down on us, and we knew that we were venturing into uncharted territory. As we reached the bottom, we found ourselves in a massive cavern. The walls were made of solid ice, and there was a strange blue light coming from deep within the chamber. We knew that we had to explore further. As we continued to explore, we found ourselves in a massive underground chamber. The walls were adorned with ancient hieroglyphs and carvings, depicting scenes of a civilization long lost. We were awestruck by the discovery and couldn't believe our luck. But as we explored further, we started to hear strange noises and saw shadows moving in the distance. We realized that we were not alone down here. We quickly made our way back to the surface, not wanting to stick around to find out what was making those noises. We returned to the surface, our minds racing with the discovery we had just made. We all knew that this would change the world and our place in it forever. Day 5. We woke up this morning with a sense of unease, knowing that we had uncovered something truly terrifying down in the hollow earth. The strange noises and shadows we saw yesterday were still fresh in our minds. After discussing the situation, we decided to head back home and share our discovery with the world. Some of us protested, of course some would. I can understand that completely. But we knew that this would be a groundbreaking discovery that would change the way we think about our planet and the universe, and our instincts betrayed the hidden dangers before us. If no one made it back, this discovery would remain a secret to all of mankind. As we make our way back to civilization, I can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. I know that our discovery will be met with skepticism and disbelief, and that some people may even see it as a threat. But I am determined to share our findings and make sure that the world knows about the incredible discovery we've made. I know that this will be the start of a new chapter in human history. Day 15. We have finally returned to civilization after our expedition to the Arctic underground, but to our dismay, no one believes our claims. Our reports and findings are being dismissed as a hoax, and we are being labeled as lunatics. I cannot believe that no one is willing to accept the truth of what we discovered. The underground chamber, the ancient ruins, the strange creatures, all of it is real, but without proof, no one will take us seriously. I'm currently sitting in my favorite thinking spot, just outside my house on the banks of the creek that flows through the low part of the yard. The babbling sound of the water, combined with the sound of distant traffic, always helps me clear my head. I've been thinking a lot about our expedition, and I've realized that in order to prove our claims, I have to go back. I have to return to the underground chamber and bring back concrete evidence that will convince the world of the truth. I know it will not be easy, but I'm willing to risk everything to prove that the Hollow Earth theory is real. I have to convince the world that there's another world beneath our feet, a world that is teeming with life and secrets that we have yet to uncover. I will not rest until the truth is known. I will return to the Hollow Earth and bring back the proof that will change the world forever. Day 30. It's been 2 weeks since I made the decision to return, and I've been busy assembling a new team. Some of the previous members have joined us, but I have also recruited some new members who are eager to explore the unknown. I have to admit, I have mixed feelings about this expedition. On one hand, I am excited to return to the underground chamber and continue our exploration, but on the other hand, I'm apprehensive about what we may find. The previous expedition ended abruptly after we heard strange noises and saw shadows moving in the darkness. It was enough to make some of our team members too afraid to continue, and I can't blame them for that. I've shared my apprehensions with the team, and they understand the risks involved. But they are also determined to uncover the truth and willing to face any challenges that may come our way. We've been preparing for this expedition for weeks now, gathering equipment and supplies, and making sure that we're ready for anything. We depart tomorrow, and I can't shake off the feeling of unease, but I know that this is something that must be done. The world needs to know the truth about the Hollow Earth, and we are the ones to uncover it. Day 31. Today is the day of our departure. We set off early this morning, our hearts filled with excitement and anticipation. But it didn't take long for our journey to take a turn for the worse. As we were approaching the entry point, we encountered a severe snowstorm that made it nearly impossible to continue. We had to take shelter and wait out the storm, which delayed our departure by several hours. Once the storm passed, we continued our journey, but we soon realized that the snow had covered the entry point and we couldn't find it. We searched for hours, but to no avail. I couldn't help but feel a sense of dread wash over me. It was as if the earth itself was trying to prevent us from entering. But I refused to let this setback defeat us. I rallied the team, and we searched for the entry point with renewed determination. Finally, after several hours of searching, we found it. We quickly set up our ropes and pulleys and lowered ourselves down into the hole. As we descended into the earth, I couldn't shake off the feeling that we were entering a realm where we were not welcome. But I knew that we had to push forward, no matter the cost. It was a long way down, longer than I remembered. It felt like we descended for hundreds of feet. I don't know if it was the fading light or the abundance of snow on the surface, but even before we reached the bottom, I couldn't see the entrance above us. We relied solely on lantern light for most of the descent. We landed, left our ropes behind, and passed through the cavern that our previous team had explored. It was unchanged, like we had never left. The new team was astounded, and we took many pictures. I kept thinking to myself that this is a bad idea, that we shouldn't be here, shouldn't be messing with this place. Part of my mind fell into that old Japanese superstition about cameras stealing the souls of those they'd captured in photos. I couldn't help but laugh to myself at how ridiculous it was. I guess the dark plays tricks even on the most logical minds. Besides, even though we knew there could be something living down there, Half of the new team were hardened explorers with military backgrounds, hired on as scouts and security detail. They were tough as hell, armed to the teeth, and looked like they could hold their own. Surely we had nothing to worry about. We ventured deeper into the cavern, and we soon found ourselves standing at the edge of a vast underground lake. The water was crystal clear, and we could see strange creatures swimming into the depths. We were amazed by the diversity of life in this underground world. More pictures taken. I warned the team not to use a flash and to be quiet as possible. We didn't want to disturb the untouched ecosystem or alert the creatures below. The glowing ice gave off enough light that the pictures came out somewhat clearly. Still blurry, but I don't think that'll be an issue. I don't really know, though. What will be enough for the skeptics back home? Part of me didn't really care. I was seeing this for myself. It was amazing. I reminded myself why we had come back, though, to prove to the rest of the world that this was real. The other part of me knew for certain that what really brought me back was my own lust for knowledge. I wasn't really sure which was true. And still, that nagging feeling tugged at the back of my mind. I couldn't help but feel that we shouldn't be here, but the thrill of discovery drove me onward. As we continued our exploration, we found a tunnel leading deeper into the earth. We knew that this was our chance to discover the secrets of the underground chamber. We set up camp and prepared to venture further into the unknown. We had no idea what we would find as we ventured deeper into the earth, but we knew that we were on the brink of a discovery that would change the world forever. Day 32. We've been exploring the tunnel for hours now, and we've stumbled upon something strange. It's as if we're not alone down here. We can't see anything, but we can feel it. We can sense an unseen force watching us. It started with small things like a rock falling from the ceiling or a faint noise in the distance. But as we continued to explore, the feeling of being watched became more intense. It's as if we're being followed, and it's starting to make some members of the team uneasy. I've tried to brush it off as my imagination just going wild in the dark, but I can't shake off the feeling that something's not right. My mind drifts to stories about underground caves and how they're said to be haunted by spirits. I can't help but wonder if that's what we're dealing with here. I've ordered the team to stay close and to keep their weapons at the ready. We're not sure what we're dealing with, but I'm not taking any chances. It's getting darker and darker, and we're running out of light. We're going to have to set up camp soon. I just hope that whatever's out there stays out there. Day 33. I can't believe what happened last night. One of our team members, Michael, vanished into the night. He went to relieve himself and never returned. We searched for him for hours, but there was no sign of him. It's as if he vanished into thin air. We searched the area around the camp, but we couldn't find any footprints or any other sign that he'd even been there. It's like he was just gone. We've called out his name, but there's been no response. The team is understandably shaken. We've lost one of our own, and we have no idea what happened to him. I can see the fear in their eyes. They're looking to me for answers, but I have none to give. I can't help but wonder if Michael's disappearance is related to the unseen force we've been sensing. I've ordered the team to keep a close eye out for any signs of him, but I fear the worst. To make matters worse, I ended up butting heads with the leader of our security team, Frank. He's been pushing for us to turn back, citing safety concerns and the disappearance of Michael as reasons to leave. But I just can't abandon our mission, not after coming this far. Frank and I had a heated argument about it, and it ended with him storming off and refusing to continue on with the expedition. I can't say I blame him, but it's a setback for sure. We're now short another member, and the tension among the team is palpable. I could see how torn the rest of Frank's team was, but I'm grateful that they were unwilling to leave the rest of us. I couldn't tell if it was fear, loyalty, or something else that kept them there, but this could have been much, much worse. I know that Frank's decision is based on fear, but I can't let that stop us from completing our mission. I believe that we're close to finding undeniable proof, and I won't let anything stand in our way. I've ordered the team to keep up camp and to get some rest. We'll need to be at our best if we're going to continue on with this expedition. We're setting a perimeter. No one leaves. Damn their privacy. I'm not losing anyone else tonight. Day 34. Today was a much better day than yesterday. After the disappearance of Michael and the argument with Frank, the team was on edge. But as we moved further on, that feeling that something has been following us seemed to lessen. I can see the relief on the faces of my team members, and spirits are a bit higher. We've been making good progress, and the tunnel we're in seems to be leading us deeper into the earth. I can feel it in my bones that we're getting closer to our goal. The air is getting warmer and more humid, and the walls of the tunnel are becoming more jagged and uneven. We've also been finding more and more signs of life down here. We've seen small animals scurrying about, and there are plants growing in the cracks of the walls. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I've ordered the team to keep a close eye out for any signs of Michael, but so far there's been no luck. I can't shake the feeling that something bad has happened to him. Despite our setbacks, I'm feeling optimistic. I know we're getting closer to finding the answers we're looking for. Day 35. Today was the day we've all been waiting for. We finally reached the end of the tunnel, and what we found was beyond anything we could have imagined. We've discovered a vast underground chamber filled with strange and exotic creatures and ancient ruins that predate any civilization known to man. We can see that the chamber was once a thriving civilization, but it's now in ruins. As we explored, we found evidence of a cataclysmic event that destroyed this civilization. I can't help but wonder what could have caused such destruction. The team is ecstatic, and we're all taking as many pictures and as much data as we can, but there's a sense of unease among us. I know we're not alone down here. We can feel eyes on us, watching our every move. We've set up camp for the night, and I've ordered extra guards to keep watch. I don't want to take any chances. I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched, and it's not just by the creatures that inhabit this place. I can't wait to share our findings with the rest of the world, but I can't help but feel a sense of responsibility to protect this place. The civilization might be long gone, but it's still important that we respect their legacy and not exploit it for our own gain. Day 36. If yesterday was the day we were waiting for, today was the day we've all been dreading. We woke up to find that our camp had been ransacked. All our equipment and supplies were gone, and one of our team members was missing. We searched the area, but there was no sign of him or our stolen gear. As we were trying to figure out what happened, we heard strange noises coming from the darkness. It was as if something was trying to communicate with us, but we couldn't understand what it was saying. We quickly realized that we were not alone in this chamber, and whatever was down here with us, it wasn't friendly. The team is on a high alert, and we've decided to leave this place as soon as possible. We've salvaged what we could, but we're not leaving empty-handed. We've collected enough data and samples to prove our discovery to the world. I still can't help but feel a sense of disappointment and failure. We've now lost 2 of our team members. Frank abandoned the group, and we've been robbed of our equipment. But at least we're alive, and we're leaving this place in one piece. As we make our way back to the surface, I can't help but think about the mysterious civilization that once thrived in this chamber. I wonder what they were like, and what caused their downfall. I hope that our discovery will help us learn more about them and the secrets they left behind. If only we still had our cameras. Day 37. We woke up this morning with the intention of leaving this place and never looking back. But our escape was thwarted when we encountered Frank. He was crazed, ranting and raving about how the ropes had been cut and that we were being followed. We were skeptical at first, thinking that Frank had just snapped under the pressure of being trapped in the chamber. But as we made our way back to the entrance, we couldn't shake off the feeling that something was following us. The strange noises we had heard before were louder and more frequent, and the shadows seemed darker. As we reached the entrance, we saw the ropes and pulleys that we had used to lower ourselves into the chamber had indeed been cut. We were trapped. Panic set in among the team as we realized the gravity of the situation. We were stranded, with no way to communicate with the outside world and limited supplies. We were at the mercy of whatever was down here with us. Frank's ranting became more intense, and he claimed to have seen it following us. He said it had cut the ropes and was trying to keep us trapped down here. We didn't know what to believe, but the thought of being followed by something unknown and potentially dangerous sent shivers down our spine. We must keep our heads. Panic will only make things worse. We'll make camp tonight at the base of the wall we first descended to get here. Hopefully we'll last the night. At Frank's insistence, all of us are armed. The security team split up their arsenal among the rest of us. I don't know what good I'll be. I've never fired a gun. I don't really know the first thing about them. I guess it's better than nothing. Who knows, maybe I'll surprise myself and be pretty handy with the pistol he gave me. I just hope I don't have to find out. As I lay here, writing this by the light of our lanterns, I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched again. I can hear the others breathing softly in their sleep, but beyond that, there's only silence. It's as if the very earth is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. I'll try to get some sleep, but I don't think it'll be easy. I'll keep my gun close, just in case. Something just woke me. Some sound off in the distance. I couldn't make out what it was. I'm still a bit cloudy after waking from what little restless sleep I was getting. I still can't shake this feeling that we're being watched. I can't help but imagine some monstrous creature lurking just beyond the edge of the lantern light. We're all awake now. I think it's only been a couple of hours, but I don't really know. Time works a little weird when you're stuck in the dark. Frank keeps insisting that he saw something following us, but the others just brush it off as his imagination running wild. but I saw the look in his eyes. He's not making this up. We were all taking turns keeping watch, but I can't shake this feeling that something's out there stalking us. I keep seeing shadows moving in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there's nothing there. I can't help but feel like we're being hunted. It's like we're trapped in some twisted nightmare, and I just want to wake up. But I know that this is all too real. I just hope we make it through the night. Day 38. Today we finally came face to face with the creature that's been stalking us. We woke up this morning to find that it had been circling our camp all night. We could see the marks in the dirt and the disturbed rocks. We decided to pack up and move on quickly, not wanting to stick around for a confrontation. As we were making our way through the cave, we heard it again. The deep, guttural growls that had been following us since we entered this hellhole. This time it was closer. We could feel the vibrations through the ground, and the sound echoed through the cavern. We knew it was only a matter of time before we would have to face it. And then it happened. The creature charged at us, its massive form emerging from the shadows. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before. It was a nightmare made flesh. The security team opened fire, but the bullets seemed to have no effect on the beast. It was like trying to stop a tank with a pea shooter. We scattered, running in every direction, trying to put as much distance between us and the creature as possible. I don't know what happened to the rest of the team, but I found myself alone. I could hear the creature's screams and roars in the distance. I could see the flashes of gunfire and the beams of light from the lanterns. I was too afraid to move. I was too afraid to do anything but hide and prayed that I would survive this. I don't know how long I lay there, but eventually I fell asleep, exhausted from fear. I'm not sure what tomorrow holds, but I fear it will be worse than today. The creature's still out there, and now we're lost and alone. I can only hope that we will find a way out of this nightmare before it's too late. Day 39. I woke to more screams and gunfire. I bolted upright, heart pounding in my chest. I quickly realized that something was wrong, very wrong. I grabbed my flashlight and pistol, and what I saw was a nightmare. Bodies were strewn everywhere. Blood pooled on the ground and smeared on the walls. My team, my friends were all dead. Couldn't believe it. I felt like I was in a dream, a horrible nightmare of a dream. I moved through the camp, calling out for survivors. It felt like I was alone, but I knew I couldn't be. I heard more gunfire in the distance and followed the sound. I found Frank huddled behind a boulder, firing wildly into the darkness. He was injured, a deep gash on his thigh. I helped him up and we moved deeper into the cavern, searching for anyone else that might have survived. We found one of the scientists, but she was in shock and unable to speak. We were the only 3 left. I couldn't believe it. How could this have happened? What monster could have done this? As we move deeper into the caverns, I know we have to be careful. Whatever killed our team members could still be out there and hunting us. We couldn't let our guard down for a second. Day unknown. I don't know what to believe anymore. We've been trapped in this underground world for what feels like an eternity, but I think it's only been a week. It's hard to keep track of time when you're constantly looking over your shoulder, waiting for the next attack. The creature that's been stalking us, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's big, with matted fur that's almost black in color. Its eyes glow with a red intensity that makes my skin crawl. We've named it the Hunter. We've been trying to find a way out, but every tunnel we take seems to lead us deeper into the abyss. Frank is convinced that we're being led in circles, but I don't know what to think. All I know is that we're running out of options. We've also started to encounter other creatures down here. Some are like nothing I've ever seen before, while others are all too familiar, twisted and corrupted versions of animals we know from the surface. I never thought it was possible, but these creatures seem to thrive in the darkness. We're making it a point to avoid them at all costs. As we huddle around a small fire, trying to stay warm and alive, I can't help but think about how we got here. I remember the excitement and adventure we felt when we first descended into the hole, but now it seems like a nightmare. We never should have come back. I fear that we may never make it out of here alive, but I won't give up hope. We'll keep fighting until the end. Day unknown. We've been trying to find a way out for what feels like an eternity. The Hunter is always lurking in the shadows, waiting for us to make a mistake. The surviving scientist seemed to regain some composure this morning. She introduced herself as Dr. Samantha Hallett. She's a geologist. Finally, some providence. With the recent happenings, I thought there was no hope at all, but Dr. Hallett has been studying the cave system, and she believes that she may have found a way out. However, the path ahead is treacherous, and the Hunter continues to stalk us at every turn. We're running low on supplies, and the constant threat of attack is taking a toll on our mental and physical health. Frank is badly injured, and we're doing our best to treat his wounds, but we're not sure if he'll make it. We've discovered something amazing. A weakness. What little we have to burn gives off only a small flame to keep us warm and our surroundings lit, but it burns nonetheless. The Hunter came at us last night. I was the only one awake. I thought for sure it had me, but it came in contact with a crackling cinder and it just about folded backward in what seemed like panic. The good news is we now know its weakness. Fire. The bad news is we're out of flammable materials. We're preparing to make our next move, but the thought of leaving the safety of our little camp fills me with dread. We know that the Hunter is out there waiting for us, but we have no choice. We must escape or die trying. Our lost companions weigh heavily on my heart. I just hope that their sacrifices won't be in vain. Day unknown. Frank is gone. I don't know if he's alive or dead. It all happened so fast. We were making our way through a narrow passageway when we heard a loud growling coming from behind us. Frank pushed us out of the way and fired his gun at the creature, but it was too late. It lunged at him and he disappeared into the darkness. Dr. Hallett and I searched for him, calling out his name and shining our lanterns into the shadows. but there was no sign of him. We had to leave him behind or risk being caught ourselves. I can't shake the image of Frank's face from my mind. He was always so calm and collected, even in the face of danger. I can't help but wonder if he's still out there somewhere, fighting to survive. I don't know how much longer we can last down here. The hunter's still out there, and we're out of supplies. But we have to keep going. We have to find a way out before it's too late. Day unknown. I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. Frank, my friend, my colleague, has been taken by the underground world. I'm not sure if he's alive or dead, but I know he's not the same person I used to know. I saw him standing out there looking at me as my companion slept. I can still see the fear in his eyes, but now it's mixed with something else. Something primal and animalistic. He's become one of the twisted creatures that inhabit this underground world. He's gone now, run off into the night. At least he isn't following us. Dr. Hallett and I are the only ones left now. We've managed to evade the hunter, but we're running low on supplies and time. I just checked again. We're out of supplies. We have to find a way out of here before it's too late. Frank's transformation has left me questioning everything I thought I knew about this place. We came here searching for an answer to the Hollow Earth theory, but what exactly did we discover here? I can't help but wonder what other secrets and horrors lie hidden beneath the surface. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but I can't give up hope. We'll keep fighting until the end. Whether we make it out alive or not, I know that this experience will change me forever. Day unknown. There are more of them out there now. The creatures seem to be closing in on us. We've tried to retrace our steps, but it's like the tunnels keep shifting and changing. It's like the underground world is alive and trying to keep us trapped here forever. Samantha is a rock. She's determined to find a way out, but I see the fear in her eyes. I'm trying to stay strong for her, but it's getting harder and harder. We're in a small cave now, and there's a stream running through it. At least we have water. But for how long? I don't know what the future holds for us. All I know is that we have to keep moving, keep fighting. We can't give up. Not yet. Day unknown. We're following the stream. It's the only source of fresh water we've come across since we've been down here. Samantha thinks it might be our best chance at finding a way out. Says that the water must be coming from somewhere. She's quieter now, more reserved. I think the attack took a lot out of her. I know it did for me. We were all on edge, constantly looking over our shoulders and waiting for the hunter to strike again. As we walk, I can't help but think about what happened to the rest of the team. I try not to think about it too much, but it's hard not to. I keep replaying the events in my head, trying to figure out where we went wrong. But it doesn't matter now. All that matters is that we make it out of here alive. We've come across a few more of the twisted creatures that haunt this underground world, but we've managed to avoid them so far. We're both still armed, but I don't know how much good it will do us if we're ever face to face with the hunter. We're almost out of ammo anyway. Samantha is convinced that the stream will lead us to an exit, but I'm not so sure. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I can't help it. We're running out of options and time. As the stream gets wider and deeper, I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched, but I can't see anything in the darkness. It's like the shadows are alive, waiting to swallow us whole. I know the hunter is still out there, or at least I have no reason to think it's not. We'll keep moving, keep fighting. We have to, because giving up is not an option. Day unknown. We've been following the stream for what feels like days. We're not sure if it's leading us to safety or deeper into the abyss. The water in the stream is crystal clear, and it's the only source of fresh water we've found. It's become a lifeline, and we're grateful for it. It's hard to believe that something so beautiful could exist in this dark and terrifying place. We've been fighting for our lives for what feels like an eternity. Every step feels like a battle, and every breath is a victory. The hunter is still on our tail. The hunter is still on our tail, stalking us through the tunnels and caves of this underground world. We lost so many of our team, but Samantha and I are still standing. She's weak. So am I. We haven't eaten in days now. But we won't give up. We can't give up. We'll find a way out, even if it kills us. As I sit here writing this final entry, I can't help but think about the hollow earth theory. When we first descended into the hole, it was all a game, a theory to prove or disprove. But now, after everything we've seen and experienced, I'm not so sure. Is this underground world even real? Or is it all just some elaborate hallucination? That thought stems from my perceived reality. From where I'm sitting right now, I can see a light. I'm looking out of the entrance to this cave, and the water is rushing by. We first entered the underground through a crack in the Arctic ice, but that's definitely not where we are now. I'm currently looking at the front door of my house. Somehow we made it all the way back home. I'm afraid to leave the cave. I'm not sure I believe what I'm seeing. But there is one thing I'm sure of. This nightmare is far from over.